you know what psoriasis is? Well, if you don't, it affects 7.5 million people in the U.S., mainly adults, and we're going to talk about a new way to approach treating it, especially when we're talking about children. Here with more on that is Dr. Miriam Wheeler. She is a licensed naturopathic doctor or physician with Southwest College of Naturopathic Medicine and Medical Center in Tempe. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us
And
on.
we also have Misha Egan. She is a mom, and she has her daughter here, 8-year-old Layla. She's a patient. Thank you for being here as well.
Thank you.
Let's first talk about what psoriasis is for people who are not familiar with what it is and its symptoms.
Yeah, so psoriasis is an autoimmune condition, and it primarily affects the skin. And for most patients, it's going to be red, painful, itchy lesions that are the kind of defining feature of psoriasis. The way that you would be able to tell it apart from other skin lesions would be a white plaque that builds up on top of the red area.
And what is the challenge in treating it?
So unfortunately for patients with psoriasis, the real issue is that because it's an autoimmune condition, there's no cure. So the best that we can hope for is remission.
Okay.
So that's the tricky part for patients, is that it's going to be lifelong, it's going to be chronic, compared to something like eczema, which can be transient and it may not affect patients lifelong. It can come and go.
And the reason we're talking specifically with Misha and Layla is because you used a natural approach to treating Layla's condition with psoriasis. How does that differ from maybe the traditional approaches?
Yeah, so the kind of traditional or conventional way of going about treating psoriasis for most patients is going to be topical and or oral steroid creams. And then phototherapy or light therapy can also be helpful. But the challenge for a lot of patients, like Layla, with the steroid creams is that it can cause a lot of thinning or atrophy of the skin. And it may not do that great of a job of helping with the itching and the other problems that patients have.
So Misha, how many different approaches did you try before you found Dr. Wheeler for Layla?
We tried several. She had it covering her face, her legs, her back, heavily in her hair, her ears. So we tried different foam type steroids in her hair, tar-based shampoos, multiple different steroid creams for her skin, along with a vitamin D ointment that they believe helps stop the cells from producing so quickly. So multiple before we found Dr. Wheeler.
And now, if you could look at Layla right now, you don't see any remnants of the psoriasis. Obviously, she still has it, but it's made such an impact. Talk to me a little bit about that and their quality of life and how that's changed.
Yes, it's very different. The doctor that we had seen before also had recommended a pill type form that's a low dose chemotherapy, and it can cause infertility in women. So, you know, how do you decide that when your child is so young? So we had some big decisions, and it was hard. I mean, it was covering her body, and then the creams that you put on bleach out the skin. So not only was she having these red itchy spots that she would scratch until she bled, but then her skin also had white spots. I mean, flakes all over in her hair, you know, and kids can just be so mean. So
it's tough on an 8-year-old.
Right.
She's doing remarkably well, so I appreciate you, Layla, for being here, and thank you, Misha, for sharing that. If you would like more information on this from Dr. Wheeler, you can find her at the website, which is scnm.edu. Thank you, ladies, for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.